Well, relationships are easy and fun when everything's going well, right? The tough part is when you don't see eye to eye. So joining us again today is our dating coach, Kyra Sabin, with some advice on how to fight fair in relationships. Kyra, nice to have you here as always. You have some great advice here. Your first point is to keep it your fight. What do you mean by that?
Well, fighting's inevitable. It's going to happen whether you're in a new relationship, married 25 years, it's going to happen. And it gets real easy to want to bring other people involved or kind of keep it out in public. You don't want to do this. This is between the two of you. Just the two of you. Not your friends, not your family, not the people in the restaurant who can hear you, and certainly not your kids. That's confusing for them. They don't understand and they're not able to process it. So really make sure that if you feel a storm of brewing, you guys find a little place to take it somewhere else by yourselves.
Great advice there. And number two is to stay focused.
This is probably the most important point. And why? Because once our emotions start happening and somebody said something and it hurts your feelings, you want to mention everything they've ever done wrong.
You want to get even.
Right, exactly. You want to say, you know, remember 3 years ago when you said that? Well, let's talk about No, you have a situation that's happening and you want to stay on that situation. If there is something that you need to talk about, schedule a different time to do it. But otherwise, you're talking for hours and hours and actually nothing's ever getting resolved. And that's really about fighting fair is getting resolved.
And I think you know, being ready to listen, as you say, is your third point, because a lot of times we're so busy talking.
Exactly.
You know, when the mouth's working, the ears aren't.
And we want to be heard. You know, when we feel so emotional about something that you're fighting, you want to make sure that your partner hears you, and you want to be heard so much that you have no idea what they're saying. So you want to make sure that you stop and allow them to speak, so that really, because like I said, there's a goal here, and the goal isn't to just yell at each other. The goal is to resolve
and have a conversation. And you know, the old standby is always to say, "I'm hearing you say this," where you repeat what they say, so that you're on the same wavelength.
And you actually have to hear them say
That's
it.
right.
You don't get to just say that to them.
Right. Keep a time limit. So are you talking like an egg timer type of thing,
well,
or what?
I do know a couple I wanted to bring up who actually, like, they both debated in college, and they are great debaters, and they make sure that they kind of stick to 2 minutes apiece so that the other person is heard, and then say, we're not talking more than 20 minutes about this. Because if it's more than 20 minutes or so, that's when it starts getting personal. That's when you start getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then the topic gets lost.
And then the art of compromise, I think, goes to your point number 5, which is allow for everyone to win.
It's so important. Like I said, this isn't about being right. It's not about vengeance. It's not about bringing up everything that they've ever done wrong. It's about compromising, because if somebody wins, somebody loses. And this is your relationship. You want to make sure that everybody goes away feeling good about it. Otherwise, that fight's going to come right back up a couple months later.
Ultimately, you both win. And it's a lot more fun when you're getting along than when you're fighting in a relationship.
That's kind of the point.
All right, Kyra Sabin, great advice as always. And I want to tell people that they can go to KyraSabin.com for more dating advice. So nice to have you in again. Enjoy your weekend.
Thanks,
Stay with us. We're going to have a final check of traffic and weather right after this.